Isaiah Washington could have been Drive. McDreamy but Ellen Pompeo reportedly put the kibosh on the casting, according to a new excerpt from the explosive book How to Save a Life, the inside story of Grey's Anatomy. Washington himself spilled the tea for the book, explaining that he had been up for the role of Meredith Grey's love interest, but due to Ellen's personal relationship with her boyfriend at the time, she wanted Patrick Dempsey instead. This lasted bombshell to drop from the book comes after an earlier excerpt detailed the violent altercation between Dempsey and Washington, which ultimately led to Isaiah's dismissal from the series. "There's a rumor out there or something that Ellen didn't want me to be her love interest because she had a black boyfriend," the 58-year-old revealed. "The context is that she's not into white men. I guess she implied that her boyfriend may have had a problem with her doing love scenes with me, so she felt uncomfortable," he explained, adding, "I supported her with that." Pompeo was dating music producer Chris Ivory at the time, who is black. The pair went on to marry in 2007 and share 3 children together. Washington said he had auditioned for the McDreamy role, neurosurgeon Drive. Derek Shepherd, but ultimately landed the role of cardiothoracic surgeon Drive. Preston Burke: "I had a beard and afro and was going for a Ben Carson character at the time," Isaiah explained. Show creator, Shonda Rhimes: "And I thought it was a great idea to represent a brain surgeon who looked like Drive. Ben Carson: That didn't go that way." Dempsey, of course, landed the role of McDreamy, whose love story with Pompeo's Meredith Grey was chronicled in the medical drama. Washington's Dr. Burke, meanwhile, went on to play the love interest of Sandra Oh's Drive. Christina Yang. Back in 2013, Pompeo first mentioned that the idea of Washington playing her love interest was just too similar to her real life in an interview with the New York Post. "You know, they wanted Isaiah Washington to be my boyfriend," she said at the time. "Shonda really wanted to put a black man in the mix. I didn't think they were really going to put an interracial couple on the show and I didn't want him. It was too close to home." Washington's tenure on the show would end in disgrace in 2007 when his contract wasn't renewed following a kerfuffle on set that involved him yelling a homophobic slur. In Lynette Rice's recently released book How to Save a Life, the inside story of Grey's Anatomy, show writer Mark Wilding expressed via People that he had been on set during the incident, which was set off by both actors being tardy for filming. "It was my episode. I think one of them had been late to set one day and the other one then decided to pay him back by being late himself. Then it sort of exploded," he noted. DailyMail.com has reached to reps for Washington for comment. The writer also expressed that the two quickly started a fistfight and that, although he could have broken the two up, he was not interested in risking his safety. "They got into an arguing match, and then before you know it they were physically fighting. I'm like 6 feet 4 inches. I'm bigger than both of them. But I didn't really jump in right away because I'm like, I don't know if I want to get involved." Series writer Harry Worksman, who was also on set during the incident, expressed that Washington was particularly troubled by Dempsey's behavior. "Isaiah, for whatever reason that day, just took that the wrong way and he went after Patrick. I guess he felt disrespected that he and the crew had been waiting," he noted. The writer then expressed that Washington then verbally confronted his castmate and compared his treatment to that of their co-star, T. our night," before he uttered the slur. He recalled that the actor went after Patrick, pushed him up against the wall, and said, "You can't talk to me the way you talk to that little FT." Marty Carrillo then spoke about how the incident seemingly happened out of nowhere and that the cast and crew somberly departed the production area following the fight. "Everyone knew TR was gay. For some reason, Isaiah just lost it and pinned Patrick up against the wall. You could see Isaiah's pupils go wide, like, what did I do? It was quiet. Everyone had to leave the set," he recalled. Both Washington and Dempsey were interviewed for the book, and the former pointed out that his behavior was used as an example of what not to do on set. "We learned that we had to watch what we say. We had to make sure we were more accountable," he expressed. The latter then noted that, although the incident led to his former castmates firing, the incident also served to strengthen the cast and crew's resolve moving forward. "I think the explosion really healed the show. No one passed the buck, and everyone owned up to the situation and moved on," he said. Washington was the subject of criticism for his actions after the incident and found himself as the center of attention during a press room event for the 2007 Golden Globes, where he used the slur while denying that he referred to Knight as such. He also claimed that he and Dempsey had mended their differences following their fight, although many of his castmates continued to criticize his behavior. Washington was let go from the program following the fight, although he later returned to the show for a cameo appearance in 2014. In the book, the performer expressed that he thought that the incident had been addressed prior to his firing. "I came back under great stress, and thought I was doing the job I was hired to do. I thought that was going to speak for my future at Grey's, but apparently that wasn't the same vision that the network and studio had for me," he said.